Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Try-Brarians. I am your friendly neighborhood librarian Claire here with you for some wonderful pizza. Yes, February is for the love of pizza, so today I'm going to be starting off with a really easy crust recipe that I've been meaning to try. So to start off, we're going to be needing 5 simple ingredients. So we'll need flour, we will need some active dry yeast, some sugar, salt, oil. We're going to need about 1.5 cups of warm water. And of course, we're going to be needing a bowl and a wooden spoon for some mixing. So let's go ahead and get started. So first we're going to add our yeast. So we need 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast and 2 teaspoons of sugar. Then we're going to add our 1.5 cups of warm water. And we're going to go ahead and gently pour that into the bowl to make sure that it doesn't splash, but it's also going to start mixing our yeast and sugar together so we can get that nice beautiful bloom as the yeast starts eating the sugar. So we're going to give that a small mix so everybody can get to know each other, and we're going to wait about 5 minutes for this to bloom. So now we have this big beautiful fluffy cloud on top of our water, and we're ready to add our next ingredients, including 2 tablespoons of oil and then 2 teaspoons of salt. Next we're going to add our flour. We're going to need about 3.5 to 4 cups of flour, and I'm going to add that in about 1 cup at a time, mixing it in between to make sure that everything is nice and mixed. Slowly going to continue to do that until we have formed a beautiful, nice, sticky, shaggy ball of dough that is now ready to be turned out and kneaded. So on a lightly floured surface, I'm going to go ahead and dump this out just right onto my counter. Hi, Theo. And it is going to be a bit sticky, so you're okay to use flour, just not too much because you don't want to dry out your dough. And now we're going to start kneading. So we're going to have to knead this for 6 to 7 minutes by hand. If you have a stand mixer, you can go ahead and throw on your dough hook and knead it for about 5 minutes. But it's a little fun to knead it with your hands, making sure that you squish it and then turn it. You'll know that it's ready when it's nice and elastic, and you poke it and it springs back. Now we're going to put this into a well-oiled bowl, making sure it's nice and rolled around. Add some plastic wrap and let it sit for 30 minutes until it's doubled in size. Now it's nice and fluffy. Turning this out onto our counter. It's okay if it's a little fluffy because it'll help it to be sticky. We're now going to go ahead and cut this into pieces because that's how it will be on our pizza. So about half of the amount is 2 pieces, but I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I want to try something new. So I'm going to cut these into much smaller pieces because I have this fancy little bug pan. That's right, I'm going to be trying to make some bug pizza. So in order to shape our dough, I'm going to be pressing and stretching it. I don't want to use a rolling pin because that's going to flatten it and knock out all those beautiful bubbles that we just created, which would be a shame. So carefully picking it up and stretching it, I'm going to move it over to my well-oiled cast iron pan and just drop it in there. I'm going to let it drop and stretch into the shape. I'm not going to press it in there. Now that I have it about the size that I need it to be, I want it to make sure that it's a little bit hanging over. I'm going to turn this into pizza. So adding our favorite sauce, of course, and our favorite toppings. So for me, that's lots and lots of cheese. So I'm going to fold over the excess dough and smush it down, make sure everything is nice and set. Meanwhile, I'm going to have my oven preheating to 450 degrees while I make the rest of my beautiful bugs and pop them into the oven for about 15 minutes or so. I'll know that they're ready because it's nice and golden brown and crispy, and when I tap it, it has kind of a hollow sound to it. Look how nummies those look. So I'm going to let them sit for about 5 minutes, turn it over onto a cooling rack and let it sit for another couple minutes, giving it a good tap before I'm ready to reveal. Moment of truth. Ta-da! Look at those beautiful little pizza bugs. They did leak a little bit, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll taste just fine. But here they are, our beautiful, wonderful bugs. Let's see if they are truly pizza. Moment of truth. Are they going to be the cheesy goodness that I need it to be? Let's see. Indeed it is. It's nice and hot and definitely pizza. So that is how we make our beautiful crust. Thank you all so much for hanging out and trying out a new recipe with our Try-Brarians with this month's theme, For the Love of Pizza. If you are interested in finding out more videos, be sure to check back on our Facebook page at 3 p.m. every Thursday, where Gabby and I will have more things for you to try out. Because how hard can it be?